What up, everybody? Gromtrooper here. And today we're going to go a different direction than I think we've ever gone on the channel. We're going to take old historic Route 66 to this little mountain town called Tijeras, and we're going to go check it out. It's about 103 degrees Fahrenheit outside right now. So sitting here, not fun. Really looking forward to that light turning green. What is the deal with like everybody being in the lane I want to be in today? Also, don't these people have places to be? Like it's been a frustrating day, guys. Not gonna lie. Just woke up in a funk today, so going out on a ride is certainly in order. Come on, come on, come on. Do not wish to rear-end anyone. I also do not wish to be stuck here all day. Normally I keep my visor open so the wind will help cool me off, but I was talking recently about this heat with a friend of mine who's a helicopter pilot, and she described it as having a hairdryer in your face, you know, flying around with the windows open in the helicopter, and I'm definitely getting that sensation right now with my visor. I get moving, I'm like, yay, the air is going to feel good, and then it's not. It's no bueno. Hopefully on the other side of the mountains, it's at least, I don't know, 5 degrees cooler. Normally it's like 10 to 20 degrees cooler over there, so. Ooh, slippery patches. I love when they do patchwork like this. It makes life a living hell. If you're new to motorcycling, that sort of slick tar patch that I just drove over, yeah, they're slippery when it's hot out, they're slippery when it's cold out, and they're slippery when it's wet out. So just be careful and be aware of those, especially in corners, because it seems like that's their favorite place to do it. So yeah, there's today's pro tip for you. Also, hopefully my audio records better today. I'm having some issues with my mic adapter trying to escape from my helmet. I have remedied that. However, after I remedied it, I still had a video that I uploaded. In fact, the last one, I think, probably before this one. And it still only had mono audio instead of stereo audio. And I was pretty pissed about it when I found out. Yay. Please. Please go. Please green. 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 God, I feel bad for our vagrant population right now. Like, not having a place to get out of the sun when New Mexico is like this has got to be a living hell. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some heat mirages today. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it wouldn't be cool. It's the opposite of cool, but it would be neat. Turquoise Trail Brewing? What, there's a brewery there now? What the hell? Albuquerque getting gentrified one microbrewery at a time. remember coming up on this intersection with Tramway, if both the right lane and this lane go through onto 66, or just the right lane. I'm just hitting these lights at all the wrong time today. Alright, we're gonna move over and pray that this is not a right turn only when we get up to the signal. Yeah, that's a good plan. Some really nice houses and like apartment complexes down Western Skies. It's kind of in a weird part of town, but neat stuff over there. Wow, Rocky Mountain has expanded like nobody's business. Jesus. I remember when they were a mom and pop hole in the wall RV shop. It's our old Triumph dealership. I haven't come this way up Central in a long time. Normally I'm coming down. Yeah, this lane goes through. My concern with this is, especially on a bike like this, while I believe the Rebel might survive on the highway, it probably wouldn't survive on the highway with New Mexico drivers. So I always want to make sure that I am in the lane that goes straight onto 66 and not onto the interstate. Because I don't want to die. Space. So when I was growing up, you'd get on this road and like by now you'd be in the desert. None of this shit back over here on the right existed. None of this median was developed. This was just two-lane highway from whenever, you know, Route 66 was initially built. God, was that in the 50s? The 40s? I have no idea when Route 66 was initially founded. But, yeah. And then in recent years, they've started really building some houses back here and doing some development. And when I say recent years, I mean like the past decade. But you know, they repaved this road and now it's nice. It wasn't bad before, but it wasn't this smooth and enjoyable, that's for damn sure. And we've got a weird what is that? Society of Radiologic Technologies. So that's where you go to become an X-ray wizard. You get your wizardry degree in X-ray technology. Oh yeah. It's always a cool little ranch down here. You go to horses. Hope I don't get rained on out here. One time when I was in high school, my buddy Adam and I were out here, and Adam drove a 1994 Dodge Neon and lived in what, you know, citizens of Albuquerque commonly refer to as the East Mountains, because, you know, it's east of Albuquerque on the other side of the mountains. Are so creative with our naming. Oh wow, that little mechanic shop is gone. Sad. Oh. Anyways, so Adam and I had finished up working the night before and went back to his house to crash out, his parents' house to crash out. And his parents lived off of this dirt road that had a really sharp curve and gravel at the start of it. And I guess we took the curve a little heavy because we put a hole in his oil pan and his engine seized right about where that U-Haul truck is on the way into town the next morning. And this was before we, as children, had cell phones. Hell, most adults didn't have cell phones back then. And we had to walk all the way back into town to the McDonald's at Central and Tramway. And I remember putting money in the payphone because, again, we didn't have cell phones. And we called his dad and we're like, hey, car broke down. He's like, oh, yep, all your oil's right here at the driveway. And I don't know if I've talked about it much on here, but now I am a casual goth. I will wear, you know, white and colors from time to time. But in high school, I was hardcore 30i, platform boots, armlets, chains, pretty much trench coat, everything but the makeup goth. And walking in a couple of miles on a desert road. Are you gonna pass me, or are you gonna slow down for this turn, bro? Because those are your options. I ain't taking it at full speed. Pass. Go. Go. I'm not in any rush. Also, good on that car for understanding hand signals. Normally I wouldn't care, and I'd continue to do like 55 or 60 through here. However, I haven't taken this particular turn on a motorcycle in a while. And it's a little sharp, but it's a lot of fun. And one time I almost hit a deer out here, so now every time I come under this bridge, I'm terrified I'm going to come around the corner, like that motorcyclist clearly did, and I'm going to find a deer. So, no deer today. Oh, yeah. Woo! All right. That was fun. Oh man, so my wife doesn't come out to this side of the mountains very much, despite being born and raised in between Albuquerque and Colorado. So, you know, most of her stuff is between Albuquerque and north towards Colorado. And this particular road is a musical road. And for those of you not familiar with what that means there's a bunch of divots in the road on that side, and we're coming up on them right here. And when you drive over these divots, it plays, I think, America the Beautiful. And she was half asleep in the passenger seat of my truck, and I hit the singing road, and I was going slower than normal. Because there was a bunch of traffic out here, and so it made this weird, discordant, like ethereal, terrifying tones. And she looked at me all terrified. She's like, "You heard that too, right?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's the road." But she was absolutely convinced she was hallucinating weird sci-fi music. That's a cool house. That guy's way braver than I am. Do you have to slow down out here? And I'll show you why in a few seconds. Sorry, pickup truck. Like, I ain't getting a goddamn ticket. By the way, I know I mentioned it sort of in passing, but this road is historic Route 66 through New Mexico. So the cops like to hide there and there, and they will give you a hell of a speeding ticket, because, you know, through here you go from doing, what is it, 55 down to 35, and there's two schools right here. So yeah, that's a fast track. Oh, that building's for sale again. Oh, I always wanted to buy that place. It's so cool. Such a neat location. And here we are at the beautiful village of Tijeras. And the coffee shop I love is gone. What the hell? Sad. There is, however, a branch of the Albuquerque Public Library out here, which I find hilarious. There's a little sign for historic Route 66. One of these days, we are going to take Route 66 further out. So if you go right up here, you stay on 66, and you can continue to head east with it. Molly's Package Liquor. Yeah. But we are going to go a different direction today than continuing on 66. We are going to take 14 north. Many of my friends lived out this way when I was young, so this was a very frequent drive and or ride for me, circa 2004. So only 16 years ago. Wow, doesn't feel like it was that long. Can't wrap my head around that. But there are some absolutely beautiful homes out here. Apparently some people in the Subaru are very angry at me for not going fast enough for them. And now we are entering oh my god, what's this area called? Sandia Park. Yeah, there we go. And the air is much nicer out here. And not just because it's outside of the city, but because altitude-wise, we are certainly at a different location than Albuquerque. Oh, that feels so good. Please tell me Burger Boy is still... What? Oh god, I almost had a heart attack. I thought the Burger Boy was gone. So, when I was a very young lad, my friend Dane lived on the other side of that hill, and we would hike over to the Burger Boy and get the burgers. Good times. That's what you got to watch out for out here. Hi, Shane's old house. Miss you, buddy. I don't even know if his parents still live there or not. Talked about Shane on the channel, I think, a couple of times. He's a very good friend of mine from high school, and he took on a much more noble profession than I. He moved to Chicago, Illinois to be a paramedic, and he now works for one of the fire departments in Chicago. Shane, I want to make you leave down in the comments you know, how that works, because I don't know. Honey Bear Cafe, that's new. But as you can see, this is a nice little curvy, windy road. I am going to get over a lane. That's a gorgeous chopper. Wow. Go to the gun shop? Of course it was. Distracted. So where this shopping center is, and is now the Triangle Grocery and Chinese restaurant and beef jerky place and Trail Rider Pizza and all that is good in the east side of the mountains, there used to be a massive log restaurant there that had a like steak and lobster buffet. Cannot remember what it was called, but like such wonderful fond childhood memories of coming out here. And I'm talking like this place closed when I was 7 or 8, but my mom's friend Don always used to have his birthday parties there. Super awesome. And this little shack up here used to be Coco Pelli's. Coco Pelli's has now moved. It's now Cabra Coffee, which I don't think I've ever been in. And then, oh, there is a Heat Mirage. Finally saw one. Ribs is OK Barbecue if you're ever out on the east side of the mountains here. I have a feeling this is going to be a really long video because I have talked this entire time. Oh, maybe that's what I need today. I needed to talk and get my mind back in order. Oh, this is what motorcycling is about, y'all. It's about this is gonna make me sound like a giant asshole, but the people who are like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Fuck you, it's both. Okay? Like, I don't want to do this and then get somewhere and be like, well, this fucking sucks. But I also don't want to not have this and then just be a place. Hopefully that makes sense. There's today's rant. Rant alert. Hopefully they're going to repave this soon. It looks like that's what they're getting ready for out here. Sorely needs it. Because they actually get like real weather on the side of the mountains. Massive amounts of snow and stuff like that. So and my friends Sarah and Trish from high school lived back off of this road in this little neighborhood back over here. Definitely gonna slow down for the construction because, as I stated, I do not want a speeding ticket. And I don't know if it's still his patrol area or not, but buddy Frank, county sheriff, I think he is some type of police officer out here, and getting pulled over and getting a speeding ticket by not only somebody who knows you, but somebody who also rides motorcycles, oh, that's a shameful experience. So we're just not going to do that. Now the question is, do I turn up towards the crest, or do I go straight towards Madrid? I think we're going to go out towards Madrid. Oh, there's dust on the road everywhere. I have to bring the wife out here at some point and go to Mountain Turtle, if it's still a thing. I hope it is. Or Turtle Mountain. It's not Turtle Mountain. Turtle Mountain's in Rio Rancho. Is that Mountain Turtle? Anyways, there's a bar off to the right here. Used to go there before I was of legal drinking age. Lazy Lizard now. That's right. And I used to go to the Lizard and play pool. And that's where the Triangle grocery store used to be. We're gonna be coming up fairly rapidly here on East Mountain High School. Madrid's only 22 miles? Ugh. Had I actually filled up on gas, the temptation would be real to just say, fuck it, I'm going all the way there. There's a couple of places in Madrid to get really good food and beverage. And as you've seen by the amount of motorcycles on the road out here with me today, this is Definitely a motorcycle-friendly road. Yeah, we got East Mountain High School. We got an RV storage place. It's pretty cool. Wow, they built that place out. This school used to be literally a bunch of portable classrooms. I don't think they had a main building for the first 2 or 3 years they were open. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah? Maybe it still is. Maybe I'm wrong. My brain's not as good as it used to be. Oh, look at that view. Holy fuck. You know, there are some days where I think to myself, why do you live in New Mexico? And then I literally ride for less than 20 minutes from my house and I have this. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. Rich people live back up in here. Oh my god. Oh, I do need to stretch. There we go. Wow. Was talking with Brian the other day, and I was thinking about this bike and the fact that I really want to put forwards on it, but they're only going to move the controls like 6 inches forward. Might put some highway bars and pegs on it instead. But what I was really thinking about for this bike is I'd like to just get it set up for day trips. I'm going to put a tall sissy bar on it, so I can strap a sissy bar bag to it, and you know, I think I might fabricate a custom bracket to hold the Viking bags on, so they're not just weeble wobbling on 2 bolts on each side. And it worked for a while, but I did break a bolt off, and made me a little sad because I don't have bags on my bike right now. But maybe we'll do that, and I really want to, you know, this is a perfectly good backroads and highways motorcycle, and I'm going to get all sorts of shit from people because they'll be like, oh, it's a 500, you can't do day trips on a 500. Screw you. Like, my dad used to commute to and from college on a friggin' 400, and in Wisconsin, where the weather is not as suitable for motorcycling as it is in gorgeous ass New Mexico. So, yeah. Like, being able to put my camera gear and everything in there, strap it to the bike, and then New Mexico has so many like scenic roads like this where you can just, you know, chill out and ride. Van bro, like, if you want to pass me, you're gonna pass me, and if not, you're gonna get off my ass. Sandoval County. Am I leaving or entering though? I could just stay out here all day, even though my arms are being vibrated to death and my butt is numb from this seat. Oh, there you go, Gorilla Biker. There was a proper wind in that road. Somebody abandoned their Isuzu out here. I don't know if you could hear that, but the second I turned my head, the wind ripped right through the bottom of my helmet, made a wonderful whistling noise. Ow. So yeah, if you're a motorcyclist in the United States looking for a change of scenery, move to Albuquerque. We will go do this ride together. You will love it. I will love it. We will be friends. I have a fridge full of beer in my game room. Yeah. I did want to say thank you to a couple of my friends. Shane being one of them. We talked about him a little bit earlier. He's been really supportive and helpful for me recently. I'm really not going to go into a lot of detail on it, but I started filming vlogs again, and over the 4th of July weekend I found out that a very close friend and co-worker of mine passed away from a heart attack, and he was honestly one of the kindest, nicest people in my life, and learning that really hit me hard. So it has been challenging for me to get out and get back on a motorcycle and record. We took photos here, my wife's bike. Yeah, so Shane has really helped me with that. You know, my wife has been instrumental in making sure that she is a wonderful and supportive partner during this process. My friend Lilith has been very supportive and encouraging. My friend Amy's badass as always. And yeah, and I'm sure there's a ton of people I'm forgetting too. But I just want to say thank you to all my friends, because I know that I've been emotionally distant. I've been acting weird, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you. And for those of you who specifically told me to get off my ass and go for a fucking ride, you were right, and I feel better now. And the funny thing is my friend who passed away is one of the people who was the most supportive of my channel and my vlogging. So it was a struggle. It really was. I don't know where I'm going to turn around, but it sure as fuck isn't there. Sorry guys, I'm lost. Oh, however, I will stay out of the sun in the shade all day. Dun, 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 dun. Whee. Let's not put the bike down in this gravel. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. God, it's beautiful out here. Oh, that's a nice car. Alright, ain't got anybody coming. Go ahead. I'll get behind you, Mustang, bro. But yeah, thank you everyone for being wonderful and supportive and awesome people and helping me through this. No, I don't want to go back in the sun. Oh, yes. I'm glad I decided to come out here and record for you guys today, because this is definitely a awesome ride. Ooh, it's windy though. Ugh. So yeah, now that we got all of the feelings that we normally keep bottled up and shoved deep down where nobody can ever acknowledge them, out of the way. Also, I think that's called a PIG. It's a pipe inspection gauge. Yeah. Anyways, squirrel. Quick updates for the channel. I did get a 360 camera in. I had some issues with it. GoPro took care of them. Maybe not necessarily with the level of finesse that I would have appreciated, but I now have a functioning 360 camera. But I don't have a good way to mount it yet, and I would rather not completely destroy it. So I gotta figure out how to get it on a bike safely, with like a tether, and or see if like somebody makes an aftermarket harness for it or something. So I'll completely hooba-doob it. But that's a thing, and I'll get some footage up from that eventually. My state is about to close down again, so I actually got to meet Monkey Butt for lunch from Colorado the other day, and we went to one of my favorite New Mexican restaurants. And by the time we actually got inside, I was so hungry I did not film anything, and all of the video footage from my ride before had no audio because of said issues with my microphone adapter, which I really hope is not happening today. Yeah, oh, there's a fire or somebody off-roading. Can't tell. But yeah, so we're about to close down again, which means no in-restaurant dining. Makes me really sad. Oof. Heat's gonna put me to sleep. So yeah, no in-restaurant dining. Restaurants are allowed to seat to 50% of their patio capacity, which for most places is like 6 humans. And I don't know if you know this, but keeping wait staff on hand to wait on 6 humans at a time, not really business savvy. So a lot of places are just closing down dine-in entirely again, or building massive outdoor patios if they have the floor space. A lot of the places you know, I go to don't. They got, you know, 4-car parking spot parking lots, so they can't build a massive patio for people to sit on. Well, that's neither here nor there. Doesn't look like we're going to get any food vlogs anytime soon. I haven't been doing a lot of photography, honestly, because, you know, a lot of the places I wanted to go are closed off. And a lot of the models I work with are either immune compromised or susceptible to COVID more than a normal human, or they have, you know, family and loved ones who are. So even though I'm not going to be getting within 6 feet of them if I'm shooting them with a camera most of the time, I've been trying to be really respectful and make sure that everyone has their space, and we're doing everything we can to flatten the curve, so to speak. I'd really love for, you know, things to get halfway back to normal by winter time. However, I think from some of the stuff I've seen by CDC scientists and stuff like that, once the cold weather comes, you know, we're going to see an increase in cases because the virus itself can survive better in lower temperatures than it can higher temperatures, which is funny because, you know, this July has been one of the hottest months ever that I've lived in New Mexico, and even in that time we've seen an increase in cases because people are being stupid. And you know, this may lose me viewership for some people. I don't give a shit. If you go out in public, wear a fucking mask. It's not for you, it's for everyone else. And I haven't seen my best friend this calendar year, I don't think. I think maybe I may have had lunch with him in January. But he's immune compromised, as is his mother. And I don't want either of them to die. And, you know, I'd like to be able to hang out with my friend again and not just talk to him on the phone or on Skype. So, do your fucking part. Wear a goddamn fucking mask. Alright, got that out of the way now. Clearly, I'm not angry about that at all. It's gonna be a really long vlog. Whatever. I got a lot to say today. I'm actually kind of happy about that because sometimes I go out and I get so caught up paying attention to shit Albuquerque traffic that I can't really stream of consciousness and talk with you guys like I'd like to. And I think having more rides like this where the road's the road and you know, I gotta pay attention to it, but I'm not having to start and stop every 5 seconds, and there's no sidewalks out here, so the chances of a pedestrian stepping out in front of my motorcycle are a lot lower than they are in the city. It's a problem I never thought I would have as a motorcyclist or a motovlogger. It's the amount of people that try and step in front of you. Like, it scared me enough when people do it in front of my Ram pickup truck. But like, in my Ram, I'm like, you're gonna destroy my truck, but it's gonna liquefy you as a person. Like, if you have a death wish, that's not the way to go. And please just don't do that and ruin someone's day, because you will ruin someone's day if you step in front of their car. And probably not just their day, like a large portion of their life. That's a traumatic event. But the amount of people who will step out in front of motorcycles, I'm just like, you want to kill yourself maybe, and certainly kill the person on the motorcycle. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. And it clearly, there's not a factor in like motorcycle size or loudness, because it happens to me just as much on this, on the Beast, on the Grom, on the Vulcan before we started tearing that down. Oh, and I'm gonna have to do some update videos on that, because we've done some serious progress on that motorcycle. Hello, friend. See, that guy had highway pegs. He had the right idea. Ooh, this truck smells bad. Something's burning on my motorcycle. I don't think it's that, though. I think it's that truck. Anywho. There used to be a restaurant. Oh, there it is. And I think this is where Coco Pelli's ended up moving and then closed. It's all called something else. Weird. Weird. Land! 2 acres? That ain't shit. Oh. My right fork seal is leaking. Slightly annoying. So yeah, one of these days we're going to come out here and we're going to go up that road, which is the road to the crest. So you can go all the way back up to the top of the mountain. And of course, I'm going to get up here and this lane's going to be fucking closed. Yeah, I think that's about it for channel updates. The wife is thoroughly enjoying her Rebel 500. Yeah, this lane is definitely closing. Always been a neat building. I love what are they called, split level buildings. Oh, there's a neat little A-frame back there too. Neat. So yeah, I think I need to get started on a sissy bar for this, so when it starts to cool off a little, I can pack a bunch of shit and take day trips or overnight trips on this bike. And I think it'll be really neat for that. I'm gonna have to get a fuel canister, because I'll still do like 120 miles on a tank, but 120 miles is not, you know, a lot. I say is the Beast will probably do about that too, with a 4 1/4 gallon tank or whatever the hell it has. But yeah, you know, having a fuel canister on the back of the bike is always good, even just in case you're a dipshit and you don't look at your fuel gauge, or your friend who doesn't have a fuel gauge is a dipshit and doesn't reset their trip meter, because that happens too. But there's a lady on Instagram, and she is a leather artist, and she makes these super cool like harnesses and collars and chokers and garters and all sorts of stuff. But she also made herself a harness for her fuel bottle, and the reason I follow her is she has a Sportster chopper that's absolutely fucking awesome. And I will go find her Instagram information and put it in the description down below. But she is a you know, artist, and y'all, if you need any leather goods, should go support her during these times. I think she's somebody that rode with Shade Tree Surgeon for a while. I'm not positive. Maybe Blockhead. Some Floridian told me about her. And really those two are my only connection to Florida, aside from the time I spent in Miami and the Keys. But yeah, I want to see if I can get her to let me pay her to make me a super cool like D-ring harness to put fuel bottle on my sissy bar. And I gotta see if Lowbrow Customs has their fuel bottles back in stock. I think last time I looked they were out of the one I wanted, but oh, this has been such a wonderfully relaxing and beautiful ride. That sign just says soon. Soon what? Soon what? That's ominous. It's not positive. Soon. I want to know. I'm sure they meant well with that sign, but like, imagine you're someplace just existing, and some random person walks up to you, looks you dead in the eyes, and goes, soon. Yeah, no, it's scary. It's fucking scary. Oh, I could be out here all day long. won't, because I have editing to do, because I'm more than a week behind on my video. Also, I think all the beers I bought this morning should be cool by now so I can get home and actually enjoy a beer. When I get back into the city and it's going to be 1,000,000 degrees. I'm not looking forward to it. Hi, Burger Boy! I love you, Burger Boy. I just thought that house was super cool too. I bet they have amazing views. Imagine if you had friends who are afraid of heights. You know, look out one of those bedroom windows and realize there's pretty much a sheer cliff face out the side of it. And that street is called Penny Lane, like the Beatles song. Every time I notice that, that song plays in my head. Visitors must quarantine for 14 days. That lane goes through. That lane does go through. Been lied to. Oh no, it doesn't go through. Yeah, it does. It doesn't. It does. It doesn't. Fuck it. I'm just gonna be that asshole. That was wholly illegal. Good job, Alex. And here we are. Back onto historic Route 66. Maybe I'll get a throttle lock for this bike. Oh, I definitely... Corbin makes a seat for this bike, and I need to just bite the damn bullet and invest in it. Because my butt is not happy. Hay! And I think alfalfa. One of those was hay and one of them wasn't. I don't know shit about farms. Or as I think Webb would say, I don't know fuck all about farms. Except for him it's grass. See, this is a crazy person. I love this little stretch of it too. a tap room now too. What the fuck? Empty building. Bam! Tap room. Oh, guess it could be worse. It could be other shit. So yeah, I think that's going to be today's video, guys. I'm coming up on getting back into town and boring ass in-town riding. But thanks so much for watching and for sticking around when I fell off my upload schedule, and you know, things have just been a little wonky lately. But I appreciate you all hanging out. Appreciate you watching. I'm gonna have a sick sunburn on my wrist, so I just realized my jacket blew back there. Yeah. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.